it's almost like he knew it was going to happen before the game started, and it has worked an absolute treat.
People keep saying, OK, but what about when you play, and what about when you play them? Well, they keep coming, and every time the threat is nullified, whether that's Mourinho's Tottenham, Klopp's Liverpool, Solskjaer's United, Porto, Simeone, Atletico Madrid, Manchester City here, who will not now win a quadruple. They may not win anything more than the Premier League, we shall see. Maybe these two will meet again in Istanbul. If they do, I look forward to it. Mason Mount and Thomas Tuchel grinning and hugging. They will be amongst the last to leave the Wembley turf, but they will be back on it next month. Chelsea deservedly through, having completely nullified the serious threat of Manchester City. They never looked like scoring. Chelsea did. One was enough. 1-0, the final score. Cup final, here we come.
Welcome back to Matchday Live. Chelsea are into the FA Cup final. Hakim Ziyech's second half goal was enough to get the job done today. Back-to-back finals from the Blues. Before we go into it all and celebrate as a team, we have to make sure that this post-match show is even bigger as well. So we have a giant of a guest joining us. An FA Cup winner in 2000 and a man that has been there and done it in a blue shirt.
Oh, great goal! Flo the scorer. Oh, Zola, Flo! 3-3!
Chelsea towards a blow. Oh, at the shit end, they are dreaming.
Welcome to Matchday Live. Chelsea legend Tore Andre Flo. Firstly, I mean, we're all celebrating in such a good mood. You're looking very sharp yourself, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, thank you. I'm inside this Sky Sports building now, so I can commentate or talking through the game in there.
Well, let's go straight to it then, because you're fresh off the back of it. Talk us through what you've seen.
I thought it was a great game from Chelsea's perspective. We're the better team, created the better chances. Not many chances in that game, but I think a well-deserved win for Chelsea.
Absolutely. Jay, I mean, it's one of those, isn't it? It feels like every time there's a challenge, Ben said it, put it amazingly in his commentary, a wrap up at the end there, but every time there's another challenge that comes up, people go, this is where Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel are going to get found out. Yep. They put another barrier up, they put another team. Chelsea go into it and people expect us to get found out. We can't defend like that for 90 minutes against the very best. We've done exactly that. And like Tori just said, we were the better side today.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we thoroughly deserved to go through. I thought our first hour performance was really good. The way we moved the ball, we frustrated them. Our passing was excellent. My only criticism, as I said at half-time, was the fact that I don't think we really made the goalkeeper work enough. Chile had a chance at the far post. Should have done a little bit better. Other than that, there wasn't much to go at, really. But once we got the goal, it was a question of what are City going to do. They rolled the dice. They made one or two changes. They had to. I thought that City actually were the better side after we scored the goal. They certainly asked more questions. But I don't remember feeling, oh no. And there was that one shot from the edge of the box, maybe the Jesus where the ball wouldn't sit down for him. But other than that, I think we kept them at arm's length very, very. We defended superbly well again. It wasn't a classic, doesn't really matter, but I think we thoroughly deserved it.
So we've been waiting for the Ziyech and Werner partnership. We saw it. I think it was in the first preseason, the only preseason game at Brighton, where Ziyech whipped one into the far corner and Werner was on the end of it. We saw it in the first half, and then the flag was up, and then eventually we saw it for the breakthrough in the second half. But you played in many partnerships. We had Gianfranco Zola on the show beforehand, someone you had a great partnership with. When you see things starting to click like that, and you see that understanding coming together, that's a massive positive for Chelsea to take into the rest of the season, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. It seems like they finding each other a lot better. A great goal by them there. Werner showed his speed. Ziyech also showed quite good speed throughout the game. I thought they did well, and it looks good for like the run-in for the league as well. We need to do. We need to keep it up towards the end of the season there, because. We need to get into that spot, fourth spot. So it's important that they are finding each other.
Only if we don't win it, sorry, just saying. Only if we don't win it, of course. Pat, it feels like maybe this was kind of the epitome of what Chelsea do brilliantly at the moment, in terms of defensively so sound, that counter-attack is lethal, the attacking options that we've got. But it's very similar, I suppose, to the Porto game, very similar to the Atletico game, where we're in command of the game and still kind of like Jason's already said, kept the opponents at arm's length, really, where you're constantly expecting a little bit more from the opponents. But that's a credit to how well Chelsea have played today, isn't it?
Yeah. One of the questions you would ask for a team that's got a lot of youngsters in it is, have you got match intelligence of the group? They can actually work together, know when to go, when not to go, when to keep it controlled, when to allow it to flow a little bit further. We seem to have that innately. It seems to be just there. You were talking another moment, you're talking about two partnerships there, or the partnership we've got up front there. He's building partnerships everywhere. Honestly, stuff they didn't see. I think the Havertz Pulisic one is a cracker. I think, see when you see Mason Mount playing alongside Hudson-Odoi, that is an amazing partnership. They work together. And he's building them all over the place. I thought it was great. There was a little tactical thing, and I would love to talk to Thomas about it. When we started the game, I was thinking, what are we playing here? Because for most of the time in the first half, we actually had two strikers. Ziyech was a striker right upside Werner. It was very strange because we generally play 4-3-2-1. But it seemed to be two up as if to say, we can do you a lot for pace. Mm-hmm. And if that was the idea, which I think it was, because as you rightly said, we did them in the first half and it was offside, it was a carbon copy in the second half. He knew what the tactic was. He's actually outthought Pep Guardiola. Tick, there's another one off the list. Ancelotti, Mourinho, Klopp, now Pep. And they've been tactical masterclasses, each one of them.
Completely agree. Abby, I know before the game we were kind of trying to mute it a little bit and calm down a little bit, but into the final now, we'll play Southampton and Leicester, obviously playing the other semi-final tomorrow. I think it's 3 weeks exactly to the day, or about a month to the day that we play May the 15th, but it's all coming together, isn't it? Champions League semi-final, FA Cup final, top four, West Ham losing today as well. You get a result on Tuesday, all of a sudden we're in the box seat for that as well. Everything is really coming up blue at the moment.
Yeah, I think where we were, and now we're here, like, absolutely killing it. I've literally got smile-like. I'm literally so happy. I feel like everyone was, getting excited about the Manchester City quadruple. Whatever. It's all about the Chelsea double and hopefully top four. We've put in the work and we're really seeing the results now. And you love to see it. You really do, don't you? Tara, about the Chelsea performance as a whole, though. Is this? I was saying to Pat, does this feel like this is something now that Chelsea have kind of mastered in terms of, we're very difficult to break down, very difficult to score against. And I suppose yourself being a striker, if you know that you're not going to concede many, if you get one or two chances in a game, you always back yourself to score. And like we keep saying, if you don't concede goals, you don't lose games. So that seems to be the framework that Chelsea are built on. Yes, definitely. I think we played against Man City today, and then they hardly create anything. So. What a performance defensively. I can hardly remember a semi-final where it's, like, if you think about the team, Man City created so little. Very, very solid performance by Chelsea, I think. Jace, this is a team, like Zora was saying, that this is a team that have scored, I think, 110 goals across all competitions this season. You're talking about arguably one of the most potent attacking lines in world football at the moment, and we've nullified them to half a chance with a Fernandinho header, a Jesus thing that was offside really as well, a couple of scuffed efforts from the edge of the box. So we've really limited them to absolutely nothing. Defensively, again, Chelsea was superb today. Yeah, and this has been a feature under Thomas Tuchel, hasn't it? We don't look like conceding. That's why the West Brom game was such a head scratcher, because of every shot they had went in, and they created some really good goals. I mean, they took them ever so well. But that was an anomaly, as I said before. It doesn't feel like every game we go into now that the opposition's going to create much or even score. And it's a bizarre scenario, because I felt quite comfortable sitting here in the last 10 minutes. Okay, they were pushing. They were, they're in our final third for quite a bit. But we don't look like conceding. We absolutely do not look like conceding. And as you already highlighted, you don't concede. You don't lose football matches. But when we're in the latter stages of any cup competition, in particular the Champions League, if you keep clean sheets, you're going to go a very, very long way. We're going to go very close to winning both of these cups now. Oh, don't do that to me, Jay. Don't throw that in at the end. Don't do that. Why not? We don't concede goals, It's that's it. We just do not concede goals. I'm with them. Yeah, I'm slow to get onto it. Very, very slow to get onto it. Our energy that we've got with our youth and the tactical nous there, Real Madrid are going to have to be out of their skin to do us. They really are going to have to be out of their skin. I'm as excited as anyone there. Jace, I've got to give you a little pat on the back as well, because you went 1-0 on Play Predictor, didn't you? So good work on that one. Yeah, we all went that single goal, and we all knew it'd be tight. I kind of saw the game I thought I would see, really. I thought maybe City might create a little bit more than they did, but no, it's any victory is great, but it's a clean sheet in a semi-final, you'll have that.
Oh, absolutely, mate, absolutely. And Abby, I mean, it's a strange occasion that any team keeps more possession than us, but Man City keep 55% of the possession. But again, this is a team that you see dominate sort of high 60s, even early 70s in some games this season. So that really tells you the story of the day and how much Chelsea had a lion's share of the play, but also, like Jason's already said, kept them at arm's length, really.
Yeah, it shows how we really controlled the tempo of the game, I think, and we really brought it to them, didn't we, in the second half? And then we changed a little bit once we'd scored, but still, yeah, they weren't enough. They weren't enough to beat us.
Oh, they really weren't, were they? Sorry, I'm going to ask you a really awkward question now, but Leicester or Southampton, who would you rather play in the final?
I think I would have chosen Southampton, but if Chelsea can continue like this, it doesn't really matter.
You're absolutely spot on. And I'm going to ask you a second impossible question. I'm really sorry for doing this, but who do you think stood out for you today? I mean, you could say 1 to 11, but who do you think stood out for you from a Chelsea perspective today?
I have to say I'm very happy for Ziyech to score the winner and playing some good football. So I think if there's one man I would like to mention, it was him. But everyone in defence was great. Also in midfield, they were so solid, the whole team. So, but if to mention one name, Ziyech for me.
I think that's a great shout. I think it's a very fair. And Pat, that kind of lends into the whole squad game that we've sort of waxed lyrical about throughout the season in terms of the squad depth that Chelsea had. Hakim Ziyech as well, didn't play in the week. Christian Pulisic and Havertz did. Timo Werner comes in as well. Kerr comes in goal and does really well again today. The difficulty, I suppose, now for Thomas Tuchel is especially that midfield two, because N'Golo Kanté and Coutinho, superb again, but Mateo Kovacic, Chelsea's player of the season, now comes back into contention. It's tough, isn't it?
No, it's brilliant. It's not tough. It's just brilliant. And the thing is, it's great to have options. Every manager will tell you wants options, right? But what you don't want is absolutely dead similar options. You want something that gives you a bit different. Havertz is very different from Werner, who's very different from Pulisic. So they'll give you a different option up there. And by the way, that's before you even get to Tammy Abraham and Olivier Giroud, right? So that's just the guys that can ask to go and attack and do things. They all seem adaptable in different parts of the positions as well. That is a brilliant thing to have. One of the lovely things that I felt today, and I don't know if you all felt the same, I'm guessing most Chelsea fans did, Thiago Silva had to go off injured in the last few minutes. Did anyone feel worried? I did. No, we've got caught. It's fine. To use your line, Abby, we've got this. We've absolutely got this. And it's the best line.
Can I just give a mention for Aspie as well? I mean, I don't know what you guys thought at home, but he's putting in some performances that the leader that he is at this football club, the captain, putting in those sort of form. He was outstanding again today. Superb defending. Yeah.
I completely agree, and I think as well the appearance today notches up. I think he's joint 9th on the all-time appearance makers for Chelsea today. I think I've seen that. But apologies if I got that wrong, but he's definitely up there. I mean, Torre is his as Piliqueta is kind of consistency is something that I think gets overlooked a little bit, doesn't it? We're often guilty of taking players for granted in terms of probably Cesar and N'Golo Kanté are the two best examples of that, because they're always so good, consistently so good. But you obviously play with many players that were sort of leaders in the dressing room. How important do you see Cesar Azpilicueta as a figure as well as a player for Chelsea?
Oh, very, very important. Obviously, I work at the training ground. Not just now, though. It's been a while now, but normally I'm there. And when he comes in the door, he's always smiling, and he's got this captain all over him. A positive guy that gets everyone with him. So, and his performances, particularly this season, have been brilliant. And again today, lead by example. So, he's definitely one of the most important players in the squad.
It's phenomenal. He really is. And Abby, just a little word on Kepa as well, because I thought he dealt with everything today. And, there was a lot of expectation coming in on him, because obviously that's the headline. Edouard Mendy's been brilliant in goal for Chelsea the last, 7 months since he's joined, really. Kepa's done really well in the FA Cup. We mentioned before the game, the Barnsley game was the standout, where he made some really important saves, and perhaps Chelsea weren't at their best. But again, he's kept a clean sheet today against Man City. He's not been troubled hugely, but what he has been asked to deal with, he's done really well.
Yeah, there were only a couple of sort of chances he really had to kind of stretch for, but he got both of them and made them look easy. And he just looked really in control. When the ball was like in the box, I didn't feel nervous at all. And you could see him being really vocal, couldn't you, when there was like a set piece, making sure everyone was in line. And
you could hear him, yeah.
You really could. Yeah. And just as a defensive unit today, honestly, we were flawless. Just absolutely superb.
Yeah, completely agree. And he's one of those players, isn't he, where like Lee Parker said before kickoff, he said that he can hear him. He's coaching from the touchline when he's not involved, and those kind of figures, those kind of players that are good around the dressing room are so important, aren't they? So it's really, really good to have those sort of players. Very, very shortly, Lee Parker may have someone for us on the touchline. So I do apologise if I have to jump in straight away, Jay.
He's got Timo. He's got Timo. Yeah. So it's going to be any second, guys.
Any second now. Okay, well I tell you what, then, let's hand over to Lee Parker then. Jason's already spoiled it. We've got Timo Werner pitch side.
So, yeah. Ready when you are, mate. Timo Werner, congratulations, FA Cup finalist. How does that sound?
Yeah, very good. I was last year when Chelsea played a final and lose against Arsenal. I was here in the stadium, and I thought, that is a aim. Do you want to reach next year? And now we got it, and I think well deserved. We had lots of good weeks, and today with this weekend, I think semi-final Champions League, final FA Cup. Now I think we are on the road. We can win both of the targets.
It was a fantastic performance. What was the game plan when you came out knowing how City were going to play?
What a game plan. I think we get a very good plan to defend very high, to break pressure on the City defense, because they are not used to it. I think they are used to it, that they control the game in the opponent's half. And of course, they did it at the end of the first half. They did it at the end of the second half. For sure, you can't defend or hold City 50 meters away from the goal, because they are very, very good, one of the best teams in Europe. But at the end, I think both teams had a good plan. At the end, it was the duels we won, the very important duels we won on the field, and that was what decided the game at the end for us.
The fact that they play such a high defensive line, I guess that helps your game, doesn't it?
Yes, of course. I think when they step so high, and we tried in the first half. Where it nearly offside when I give the pass to Hakim. It nearly works, but at the end I think we did the exactly same goal in the second half. So yes, I think when we have high-line defenders with my speed, it's good for me. But also I think of the whole team, we have very good performance. We fight for each other. We will stay compact, and that was the reason we win today.
Another assist from you. I mean, the dynamic, the chemistry between the front three seems to be building each week.
Yes, of course. I think we have in each position a very good players, a lot of very good players, so we can mix up very well what the manager wants in which games. So we have a good chemistry again between every of our 5, 6, 7 attacking players. So yeah, it makes fun to play. It makes fun. To win the games like this, like we did, because we create not so much chances, but I think more and more we play like this, it will come more and more chances, and then we win the games like this, maybe 2 or 3-0.
An FA Cup final, a Champions League semi-final. It's an exciting end to this season, isn't it?
Yes, of course. I think that's exactly what we wanted. I think when you're in quarter-final, you play against Porto. Everybody said it was easy to play again, or that's the easiest draw you can get, but it was not so easy. It was hard work. You saw it. Porto was a very good opponent, and we did very well against them. And today, I think we play against maybe the best team in Europe in the moment, and we win the game as well. So we're on a good way, and we're going on like this. we have a chance. I don't want to say that we win it, but we have a chance to win both trophies.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Perfect. Timo, English, brilliant. Really, really good. Really good. How you doing, man?
Just heard from Timo Werner. We've just heard from Timo Werner. He was talking about building up an understanding of that front three. Any second now, we may go straight back into Hakim Ziyech because Jason's seen him. All right, well, I'll tell you what then. Let's go straight back to Lee Parker. Straight swap. Lee Parker stood by with Hakim Ziyech.
He's ready when you are. You must be exhausted. Here we go. Pitchside here with the match winner Hakim Ziyech, Hakim FA Cup finalist. How does that sound?
Sounds good, I guess. Yeah, sounds good. And I think it's deserved because we didn't give a lot of chances away, and you know we attacked on the good moments and we scored on the good moments.
Defensively, it was almost a perfect display from front to back today, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think on the end it was a little bit like everybody was nervous, but you know, during the game I think we had it good under control, and you know, there was not really big danger from City, and yeah, like I said, we scored the goal on the good moment.
You certainly talk us through the goal, because the combination with Timo and yourself, we could see it working throughout the afternoon today.
Yeah, you know, I always know he likes to run in the spaces, and for me it's just running with him, and you know, he delivers a good ball, and for me it was easy to put the ball in the goal, and I think was a good goal.
You seem to dominate possession again today. There's such calmness when you guys have the ball at the moment.
Yeah. No, I think we were really comfortable on the ball, especially in the first half. Second half was a little bit difficult because, you know, they attacked more. But you know, on the last line, I think we stand good and you know, take the ball good from them and use the space that we get from them, and you know, in the end, yeah, it was all good then, I guess.
A quick word on Jorginho and N'Golo Kanté in the middle. How important were they? Because most things seem to go through them today.
Yeah, I think especially those two. If you see how many lines they close and interrupting the balls, is for attackers like Timo and me. I think it's great to have them behind us.
We're about to speak to the boss. I'm going to tell him that he's the first German to manage an English team in an FA Cup final. That's not bad, is it?
That's good, eh?
How much are you looking forward to coming back here again next month?
I think everybody's looking for it, and you know, that's the game who's deciding who's get the trophy, and I think everybody's hungry to get this trophy.
Good man. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So Jason's already kind of spoiled it for us, but any second now we will hopefully be seeing the manager. In fact, right now, let's pass straight back over to Lee Parker, who's got the manager Thomas Tuchel.
Will you come to us live? Come to us live. Thomas, huge congratulations. What does it mean to reach the FA Cup final?
Oh, I'm very proud of the team, of the players, of the performance. We played so brave, played with a lot of courage, and we were so active and adapted to all the situations so good. So we knew we had a chance if we play highest level, and we played highest level. If you do this in the moment where you have to do it, it's a huge boost for us, and a well-deserved win. So I'm happy and very proud for the performance of the guys.
We were speaking to Hakim Ziyech about how calm they looked in possession today, dominating the ball once again.
Yeah, was the key, because it's very hard to hurt City with counterattacks, because they are so good in counter-pressing, and they have so much intensity when they lose the ball. So very, very difficult to hurt them with counterattacks, but you can hurt them in possession, in their half. So we did this for 35 minutes in the first half and for half an hour in the second half. At the end of each half we suffered. First half we suffered because of some easy ball losses. Second half because we didn't score the second one, which was possible. so they took a lot of risk, and okay, we were dropping deeper and deeper. But altogether, it was very important that we play calm, that we play with confidence, and that we have an amount of quality ball possession in their half to hurt them and open up spaces.
So many big performances, but how important were the two in midfield today?
Yeah, they're so good, and I'm so sad that we don't have Kova in the moment, because all three of them are such a good mix, and cannot be happier with all three of them.
A fourth FA Cup final for this club in just 5 years. It's an incredible record, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
So it's nothing special. I strongly believe that some clubs have this, and have this aura and this energy to be in finals, and Chelsea obviously has it, so it makes things easier. I cannot explain it. No, it does not make it easier, but it's like this. If you are in a club that's regularly in finals, you feel it, and it's. I don't know if this sharpens a certain mentality, or is the other way around, that first is the mentality and brings you to the finals. I don't know, but you can feel that Chelsea is used to play finals, that in the mentality towards games and in the spirit around at Cobham and in the whole club, which is good, which I wanted and I liked a lot, because in the end it's about this, no? To win games and to compete on this level was fun today.
One more stat for you. I don't know if you know this. You're the first German manager to reach an FA Cup final as well.
Oh, really? Is that? Oh, wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. It's amazing. And honestly, I feel very proud for my team. And but also for me, I was very excited to come here for the first time. I mean, it's Wembley. It's a very special place in world football. And to be at the sideline and be there with a team, to win a semi-final, to reach finals, very, very special. I'm a bit sad that there were no spectators, but it's a special moment, and yeah, it's a good evening today to enjoy.
Brilliant. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, boss. Really appreciate it. Good to see you.
One thing I really enjoyed there about Thomas Tuchel speaking is, Torre, he said that, obviously he was joking, but it's not special then because we've made 4 FA Cup finals in 5 years. In terms of, said there's an aura and energy around some clubs and that just kind of, that have that about them. And it does feel like that, doesn't it, at Chelsea? Obviously, you're part of the team that won it in 2000. It's a competition that Chelsea have got such a great history, and especially recent history as well. When you got to the final, did you feel that there was a little bit about it, having won it a few years earlier? Did you feel more comfortable than some teams perhaps that are going into it for the first time in a long time?
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of if you first break into winning kind of thing, then it's a bit easier to do it if you get into the final again. But then again, Chelsea now have done it over and over again over the last 2 years. What an amazing record in this cup, and what a great cup it is. I remember when I played as well, like the build-up and everything, it was fantastic, and even better to win it, obviously, to walk up those stairs and take the trophy.
Oh, Jay, that is going to be the dream. I mean, myself and you were stood outside on the concourse for last year's FA Cup final. Obviously, It was quite early on in the COVID round, as it were, and we weren't allowed in the ground. But it did feel a little bit like, I remember you saying to me in a sort of a jokey manner, it was quite disappointing for me. And I'm hoping my first FA Cup final, and you're sort of in touching distance to the stadium, you can't get there. And you did jokingly say, we'll be back again. We will be back again. I didn't expect it to be 10 months later, mate.
No, but as Torres alluded to there, this is a cup that we have a rich history in, and since the turn of the mid 90s, when we first won it for 50 years, I almost feel as though we are every season one of the favourites to not just get to the final, but to win it. Look, we come unstuck last season. Didn't play particularly well in the second half, and but there'll be a lot of players in that dressing room now that will be thinking about that, in particular the young lads such as Mason, who played his first FA Cup final and went away with the winners' medal. He will want one of those. Sorry, one of the losers' medal. He'll want one of those winners' medals. So it's brilliant. We're back at Wembley. Another cup final. There's never a dull moment at Chelsea. Honestly, there's always something to look forward to, and we've got another, hopefully, 2 cup finals.
Oh, fingers crossed, mate. And Pat, just finally to you, mate, because obviously we still have to play Manchester City in the league, and potentially, like Jason's just alluded to, potentially there could be a meeting in Istanbul for a Champions League final. Does this game have any bearing on those 2 potential games?
Yes, actually. Quite often you say no to that question, but because it's a very specific thing about Manchester City, because they'll be so far ahead of everyone else. You think, oh, are they unbeatable? Are they that far ahead? Are they that class? And then something like this happens and you think, no, absolutely no. They're human. They're like us. If we do what the gaffer asks us to do and follow it to the letter, which we did today, then we absolutely have a chance of being able to do them. So yes, I do think it has a bearing. I don't know about Man City. I don't know about the bearing it has in them. It has a bearing on us, and us as a group, and us as a team, and the belief. And the belief just keeps on growing. And you've beaten, and well beaten, one of the best, if not arguably the best team in Europe today. Don't take that lightly. And by the way, this is a team that wanted to get to a final today, and they're going for a quadruple. Don't take it lightly. Yes, it has a bearing. We believe, and we're right to believe.
Absolutely right, we are. And sorry, just very quickly, because obviously we've got UEFA Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. How do you see that one going?
Yes, I think we should have a good chance. And if I remember correctly, I'm not sure about this, but I think I played in the game last time we played them and beat them in the Super Cup 20-something years ago. So it's about time to meet them and beat them again.
It's the first Champions League meeting, but you're absolutely right. 98 in Monaco for the Super Cup was the last time that Chelsea played Real Madrid. It feels strange, doesn't it, Jay? Because you've got two giants of European football that haven't been in the Champions League before. It seems strange that this is the first up against them.
It is. You think of how many times we played someone like Liverpool, where it's every single season it felt like we're playing Liverpool in the Champions League at some stage. I'm looking forward to it. It's not the Real Madrid of old. Look, they're still a dangerous side. You don't get to this stage of the competition unless you know what you're doing. They've got a manager that knows exactly what he's doing. So I'm not taking them lightly, but over the two legs, I'm pretty confident we can get to the final.
And plenty more before then. Arguably a game of equal magnitude, Pat, next Saturday against West Ham. Obviously, you've got Brighton in midweek, but West Ham next Saturday, especially them being beaten by Newcastle earlier in the day. In terms of FA top four ramifications, that is a huge game now.
It is. I'm going to be here again for the game against Brighton. It's one game, take each game as it comes, kind of thing, right? However, I'm looking at it now, and this ability to change this many players now, it's really hitting home. It is seriously hitting home now. We look fresh. I didn't look at any of our players and say, oh, he looks a bit worn today. He looks a bit tired. Maybe Timo Werner after the 75th minute and they did that 85-yard run with the ball. Maybe he looked a wee bit tired after that. But our team, they look fresh when they need to be rotated. There is just the same quality to get back in. Yes, they're all important games. I don't think there's another team in the league that's actually got the depth of the squad and that is in good and as strong a position to finish strongly than us. I'm confident we can win the cup final. I think we'll get to the Champions League final. But the most confidence I've got is top four. I'm completely confident we'll do that. And if we beat West, win the next two games, I can't see anyone getting near us.
Lads, I could do this all night, but we're going to have to end it there. Torre, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. Pat, Jason, brilliant as always, boys. Chelsea beat Manchester City to make it to back-to-back FA Cup finals. They're fourth in the past 5 seasons. We are a month away from a showpiece final at Wembley. Quite fitting, the oldest cup competition in the world, renowned for its magic. It was our Moroccan magician's left one that stroked us into the final. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thank you for watching.